my gosh. Hi, everyone. My name is Morgan Jackson, and I am part of Little Black Homes on the Prairie. So, I have not done a video yet on our YouTube channel. I have tried, but y'all know how it goes when you're at home with your kids, and every time you sit down to get to work, it's like they've got a little alarm, a little radar that goes off. And it was impossible for me to do a video over the past week. But tonight it was quiet. I had coffee at like 6, so I've got some energy like 6 p.m. And so I thought, why not make the YouTube video I've been trying to put out? My sister Courtney has been doing so many good videos on what she does with her kids, why she's a homeschooling mom, curriculum that they use, all that sort of thing. And our blog has just been bursting with lots of new content. We've been talking a lot about what we do in our day to day lives and what works, what doesn't work, and just figuring it all out. So, if you are interested in those sorts of things, then I think you're really going to enjoy Little Black Homes on the Prairie. This is a collective. So, you're going to see videos from Courtney, you're going to see videos from me, you're going to see interviews that we do with other Black moms who live, you guessed it, on the prairie. So this is really going to be a kind of catch-all sort of channel, and I'm really excited for it. So tonight, I thought I would just talk about spring. It's my favorite season. My birthday's in springtime, and so I thought that I would just kind of chat a little bit. You guys could get to know me. I want to get to know you. Our channel is brand new, but we already have a couple of subscribers that are not related to us, so I'm really excited about that. Um, no offense, mom, but I'm really excited that our channel is starting to grow a little bit. So I'm gonna talk about some books that I have purchased or already own that I have been doing with my kid, like read alouds with my kiddos. I'm gonna talk about some spring activities, spring cleaning, and spring wardrobe. Y'all, me and clothes are not friends. But anyway, let's talk about these books. All of them, or as many as I could find, are linked in our Amazon shop. So if you have an interest in any of these, definitely check that out. You can also use, a lot of used books websites like Thrift Books is where I got a few of these. Half Price Books is great. Kids Books is great. So there's lots of websites where you can get books, especially children's stories, for $2, $3, $4 with free shipping, and I think that's very reasonable. One of them I actually did find cheaper on Amazon than it was even on Thrift Books. So the first book that we have already started is A Weed is a Flower. And this book talks about the life of George Washington Carver from birth all the way through. So I like that it doesn't just focus on his adulthood. So when my son saw this book, he said, "Oh, I don't want to read that grandpa book." But once we started reading it, he started to get into it, and we're already about halfway through. And I've just been reading that in the mornings. For reference, I have a 4-year-old and a 15-month-old. So attention spans obviously are super short. And I want them to be engaged. I want them to enjoy reading. Growing up, one of the things that I loved about being homeschooled was that I could just sit down with a book and I could devour it. I could really get into a topic that I enjoyed and just learn about it and dive deep into a book. And I still have some books from my childhood that I still enjoy even today, and I want my kids to have that. So another book that we have is Hoppin' in the Rain. So if you are local to Kansas City, then you of course know and love the Hallmark store. For those of you who are outside of the Kansas City area, you might not know that Hallmark stores were founded here in Kansas City, and the Hallmark family is local. This is a Hallmark book. It's super cute, and it follows the story of a little bunny and duck that go jumping in puddles on a rainy day. So we love that one. We've had this book for a couple of years, and it's always a good like Easter spring favorite. This book I'm super excited about. I've been seeing it all over YouTube, all over Instagram, and I was one of those people who's like, I guess I need to go get it. So funny story, I actually ordered this book on Thrift Books, And when it came, I was flipping through and I'm like, I don't know any of the words on these pages. It was in Haitian Creole. So I messaged their books. They're like, we have no clue how you got that book. We will refund your money. And I actually found it cheaper on Amazon. Right now, it's only $9.99 on Amazon. In this book, The Garden, the Curtain, the Cross is beautifully illustrated, beautifully written, and it talks about the story of creation, and it goes all the way to the through Christ's death on the cross and his death, burial, and resurrection. Okay, side note, I want to know in the comments, do you guys refer to Easter as Easter Sunday or Resurrection Sunday? Growing up, it was always Resurrection Sunday. It was never Easter. And for me, I do use Easter, but I want my kids to know the importance of Christ's death on the cross, his burial, and the power of his resurrection. And so it'll be interesting to see as time goes and as they get older and we talk more about those things, if we will start referring to it as Resurrection Sunday. Okay, so another book we have, this is new for us. This is Each Peach Pear Plum. And this is a story of like nursery rhymes. And I thought it would be fun for the spring. And we're really into poetry right now. So I thought this would be a good book. The reason that I got this, it's kind of a contrast to what we have, which is Black Mother Goose Book. This is a book that was gifted to us when I was pregnant with my first, and it has classic nursery rhymes, but with Black illustrations. There's also some Black original nursery rhymes, and there is at the bottom some words in Swahili. So we love, love, love this book. My son has some favorite poems that he always goes to, that he wants us to read, and even some that we've acted out. So I love this book too. And then my last couple of books is my Jesus Story Collection. I actually found this one at Mardell's. I think it was in the $5 bin. And I love this book because it tells different stories from the Bible from the perspective of those around the world. And so all of the illustrations are very racially diverse and beautiful and unique to each culture. But it does not, take away. These aren't like folklore stories. These are true biblical stories. But the illustrator really took it upon themselves to share with us how their culture illustrates Bible stories. And so I love this book. This is a newer one for us, and we've already read a few stories. And my son, he loves looking at the illustrations. He's very artistic, and so he likes talking about art, and he tolerates me reading the stories because he can look at the beautiful pictures. And so there are some two stories in here about Christ's death on the cross and resurrection. These are only New Testament stories. So there is that. And then lastly, this book I love for spring and summer, Buzzing with Questions, The Inquisitive Mind of Charles Henry Turner. So he is one of the most, what is it called? Kind of groundbreaking scientist. He's an entomologist, or was an entomologist. And so he discovered lots of insects and bugs. And he really transformed the way that we learn about insects. And so this book I love as well. My son has a big magnifying glass and he likes to look at bugs and critters. And so I got this book last year or the year before. He was way too young for it, but I think this year he might get into it a little bit more. This story is definitely for older kids just because it's not super engaging for little ones, but it's fun to look at the pictures and all of that sort of thing. And I think he spent some time in Missouri, and so that was another reason why I wanted to have this book for him. And then, of course, George Washington Carver was born in Missouri, and so it's just a good historical reference for us. And so those are the books that I have. I want to know what spring books you have and you and your kids enjoy. Maybe even every year you pull them out for spring or for Easter. Um, because I think that that's such a huge part of family culture. Okay, you guys. So let's move on. Let's talk about spring cleaning. I mean, who started, who hasn't? I know that I have a list. I really want to clean out. See, I shouldn't even say that. I should say I'm going to. I'm going to clean out the washing machine. Um, we wipe it down and that sort of thing, but I really want to like deep clean the barrel. We have just an old school, top loader that still has like that agitator. And so it really needs a good cleaning. Other things is cleaning all of the ceiling fans in the house and then sorting through the clothes and the decor. So, figuring out what do we have for spring and summer, what needs to be packed away, what needs to be donated. Thankfully, we did a huge deep clean of our garage before winter hit, and so that doesn't need to be addressed. I think that the shed does, but that's not on my list. So what I'm doing to try and stay motivated through spring cleaning is doing bite-sized cleaning sessions at a time. So really deep cleaning one thing, even if it takes me 3 sessions, instead of starting multiple projects at once or even a whole room at once. The first thing that I did the other night when I was cleaning out our bathroom was I really just focused on the toilet and the floor. And then I could move up and then do the sink, the vanity, like all that sorts of thing. And I feel like that helped me instead of feeling like, oh man, I've got this whole room I've got to clean. Let me just tackle it now. It's probably going to take me forever, but just like small pieces at a time. There are, areas that I'm going to completely ignore, you guys. I'm going to act like they don't even exist in my house. And maybe we'll count that as some summer cleaning. But that's just how we do it around here. I am not one that loves cleaning. I don't love organizing. I love the idea of organizing, but once I get started, I get quickly overwhelmed and I don't want to keep doing it. It starts to become a bigger mess than I anticipated. And so I'll let you guys know how these bite-sized cleaning sessions go. And if it would be fun for me to share some clean with you videos or something like that, let me know. I'd be more than happy to try those out and just see what you all think. I know I turn on those clean with me videos when I'm cleaning, and it just makes me feel like I'm cleaning with a friend and I'm kind of like chit chatting with someone as I'm like listening to them go through their cleaning routine. And you always leave with such good hacks, tips, and tricks. So let me know if that's something you guys are interested in, and I'll make a video. And then lastly, because this video, I don't want it to be too long. Lastly, let's talk about spring wardrobe. What we wearing, sis? What we wearing? I need to know because here's the deal, ladies. Every year I go to Old Navy, or I don't really go to Target a ton to get like a clothes. They just don't fit tall people the best. But I go to Old Navy typically. I get clothes. Halfway through the summer, I hate them. I hate them. They're stretched out. They don't fit well anymore. They look grungy. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm buying the wrong things at Old Navy. I'm not sure. But your girl needs options. And so I actually came across a website that sells like capsule wardrobes, and they were like you can get 30 outfits out of 5 pieces, and like that sounds like something I'd be interested in. So let me know if you have used a capsule wardrobe system. I have used the subscription boxes before, and I have really liked that. They're not always like within my budget, but I think that they are great options. And I always walked away with a few of the pieces, and a couple of times I would buy the entire box. And so that has been something that's back on my radar. But I'm thinking about trying this capsule wardrobe. I wish I could like share my screen on here. But anyway, I think that it's worth a shot. They have like tops and bottoms. Some of the pieces are reversible. Some are like two pieces that are both reversible. So, and it's all sustainably and ethically made. It's all, um, like sustainable fashion, not fast fashion. So, like something that I'm interested in and made for women of all sizes. And so, I don't know, you guys. I'm thinking about trying the like the capsule wardrobe at least for one season, see how it goes. I don't know if I would use it for every season, but I feel like for spring and summer, something that I would consider. Um, I wear a lot of loungewear because I'm typically at the house with my kids. When I go to see clients, I just throw on scrubs or like a breastfeeding kind of lactation top, something very casual and comfy. But I am looking for a few more nicer staples for when we go out on date nights, girl time, even just to wear to church. Like it's nice just to have something nice to wear. So let me know, what are the spring trends when it comes to clothes? If you're really into fashion, drop your best comments below. Okay, you guys, that's all I have to say. Again, I am Morgan. This is my first video on our channel, and I'm so happy to have you here. And I will talk to you in the next one. Bye.